Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology, although today I'm using this oracle deck. It's called The Awakened Soul by Ethany. It comes in a really nice box, I just don't have it nearby. But I love it. It's silver, gilded edges. The cards are really big though. You can't, I don't, see, I'm like bigger, and I have pretty big hands. You can't even... There'd be one of those if you shuffle this way, you'd have to do it the long way, you know. But that's not how I shuffle anyhow, so I don't know why I went through all that with you. Anyway, this is for Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. The moon is early this morning newly into Virgo with a nice trine to Venus. We have Venus and Mercury traveling through Capricorn together now. So these two earth signs between the moon and Venus could actually be really helpful, because sometimes the moon in Virgo can get us in that realm of feeling a little insecure and like we really need to do a whole lot and we need to be perfect and we need to work really hard and we can't stand any chaos, and you know, it can just be a lot, right? But when there's that trine to Venus, it softens everything, and especially when Venus is in Capricorn, because that brings in that element of just two steps in front of, or one step at a time, maybe two steps forward, one step back. It's okay, doesn't matter. Put both feet, one foot in front of the other, and just keep going. Don't worry about it. Aw, we have treasure. Challenge. It looks like a lot of strategy going on there. And release. Okay. This is nice. Hold on, let me make some room here so that... And there's bees on the back of these cards. It's an awesome deck. So anyway, with the treasure card, let me hold up so you can see the artwork. This is my my card for reminding me to search inside for my inner treasure. It's in your hand, right? It's in our hands. Our buried treasure lives within, and it's our job in each lifetime to cultivate, excavate, you know, what's the word? Uncover it. And from there, it looks like maybe we're up for a challenge and we don't mind it at all, because there's, some game, a feeling like it's just a game. If you put it into that perspective that it's just a game, right? Just let it come through, whatever that is. Whatever it is that you've been maybe not feeling up to the game, or whatever you've been hiding because you're afraid, it's now time to get in the game and release that buried treasure. And I love the winter time. There's look at that bird, man. If that's a hawk, I think it's like one of those really dark ravens that has all the beautiful blues and purples because it's so dark, you know, the different hues of black. But I could be wrong. I don't know which type of bird. But it looks like she's in the winter time. She's got her furry coat on. But it's to release your treasure. Hold on, let me grab, well, the book's right here. Let me see what kind of bird, are these? Maybe they're not in, well... Are they in alphabetical order? Yeah, okay. Let's see what kind of bird it is. While there's now a hole where the bird used to be, she knows that this experience was a gift, and the bird is back where he belongs, so she is also free to move forward. She has learned the power of letting things go when the time comes naturally. Yeah, nice. Like maybe there's the timing, right? Let's see. It's a grackle bird. The awakened soul, our awakened soul, has nursed the common grackle bird that is in her hand back to health after finding it in the snow. The grackle is the messenger of releasing emotional hurt from the past. She's put many weeks of time and love into healing this little bird. Although she's grown attached to the bird, she knows it's time for the bird to return to the wild. That's so cool. This doesn't look like any just plain old bird to me. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, so that brings a little bit of a different twist on maybe it's about releasing the need to have the strategy and just go for the inner treasure, because, you know, all this bird needed was her love, and then its own healing powers came through. But maybe also she knew that it's that place where we know that it takes time. I do feel that the, you know, timing, and I always have to, you know, tell people, because when in meditation I got that Virgo, which the moon is in newly, so we'll have 2.5 days of Virgo energy. Virgo in the highest sense is divine order. So just know that your healing process and your releasing your buried treasure within, releasing it out to the world, it has its own timing. So you don't have to push yourself, but be open to it. Be open to just putting it out there. Okay, so now I'm going to use Kipper again. Chiro Marchetti's Kipper. And I'm going to read on John Eastman. So he's the guy, I don't know if you remember what he looks like. He always wore a hat. He's got, like, you know, white scruffy hair. Bald on the top, lots of white, scruffy, you know, gray hair, silver kind of, just white hair. And he's the guy that came up with the whole, you know, January 6th scheme. The whole, he's the guy that had the slideshow presentation that he put out to everyone. And it was Ginny Thomas who was trying to support him to do that. And basically, it was a plan to overthrow the government, you know. So it's looking like the J6 committee will, at least most likely, I would think, issue criminal referrals for him trying to overthrow the government, but also so what I noticed online when I was looking, I don't know, a week or so ago, and that's when I did Rudy Giuliani. So Rudy, it's John Eastman, because he's the whole fake elector scheme dude. And remember, he's the one that got that guy, Peter Navarro, to try and do everything. Well, you know, Peter Navarro, they took him. I don't know where he is, what happened to him, but I remember when he got arrested, he was so pissed off. The whole, what did he call it, the Green Bay sweep. And we're just going to do the Green Bay sweep. And he wouldn't give it up. He was on Ari Melber a few times, and he just wouldn't give it up. So John Eastman recruited, like, Peter Navarro to do a bunch of work. They had Jenny Thomas emailing and trying to get all these different, you know, representatives to do her dirty work. Man, it's like, how do you get rid of these people on the bench, right? I'm thinking of her husband. And so John Eastman, and there's Rudy, Mark Meadows, and now, well, I'm reading on I read on Jeffrey Clark yesterday. I'm reading on John Eastman now. But John Eastman's like at the head of all those guys. But they're thinking that, or we're thinking, there'll be a criminal referral for John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, and Jeffrey Clark. So that's why I'm trying to cover all four of those guys. And we can always, you know, check in later if things go a little bit differently. But it's been interesting so far to see what I've gotten on the other three. So I'm working my way up the top. Although Mark Meadows was probably at the top too, but this is the guy that had the scheme. Ooh, he's got a painful ending and loss coming through for him. So this is his future. Yeah. I'm getting with these two that there's a painful loss as to him trying to hide, you know, oh my God, false person and theft. Yeah, he's not going to be able to hide the fact that he was the planner. Uh, It could be that he planned for a long time. Or it could be, because this is the future, that this whole thing's going to take some time. Because this can be a card that takes a couple of years. Okay, great fortune in his future? How does that happen? Has he been bribed too? Oh, look at that. Well, let's see. Just keep going. My goodness, both of these cards. Okay. He reminds me more of Sheldon Whitehouse, but I'm getting Jack Smith vibes from this one. Okay, so with the Thief card being up here, knighting to these two, that tells me that this guy's just really, of course, be a really negative person, but in his future, what's coming through in his future, they're going to see that he was distracting and trying to steal. He's the instigator for the plan. And this could be all the paperwork. I mean, they already have everything to prove that, because he had the slideshow, right? He had a PowerPoint presentation. And he had the plan to steal the election, steal the judicial process from the, from happening, the election, trying to overturn the election. And with these two knighting and bookending each other, this courthouse card feels to me like it's the official papers, the J6 report, the criminal referral, given, and this guy does really look like Jack Smith, but I think this is him here. And there's an amazing amount. I don't know that great fortune's in his future. I feel like there's an amazing amount of information, because he has a painful loss coming up for him. There's the end of his lies and deceit, and it's all out there. And it's documented, and there's nothing he can do. Now, it's interesting, the two timing cards in the deck, this one's 3 months, 3 to 5 months tops. This one's up to 2 years. So maybe they have an enormous amount of information that goes way back. And then he's looking at a painful ending in just the next few months. Because I have a feeling that Jack Smith is going to just start kicking butt. Yeah. The sudden wealth card is, it's our card for abundance, usually. In this deck, it's like, all you had to do is pull a handle. Well, yeah. Let me keep going. Let's see what's at the bottom. Meetings and teamwork, subpoenas. Yeah. Oh, literally, this could be the 4 subpoenas. We're talking Mark Meadows, Rudy, Jeffrey Clark, and John Eastman. Because this is my card for subpoenas. And they were all bound up in it together. Yeah, and then here's the J6 committee with their criminal referral. Yep, and that's the direction that he's headed in that experience. So what else is coming down the pike for him? Let's just keep going a little bit. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time not being able to think about anything else. This is my card for depression, too. And this is kind of what he looks like if you get rid of the hair on top and get rid of the beard, and then just the hair is just flying all over. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. You can Google him. And he always wore that stupid hat. I mean, he was up there with, you know, Sidney Powell, just saying the dumbest things. So anyway, it's him and his intimate circle of people. Anybody involved in the J6 committee is going to be receiving major problems. How are they going to defend themselves? What kind of lawyer? I mean, who has that type of money? And then on top of that, we have Ginny Thomas here. So her emails that were leaked way back a little while ago. So that's strategy for all the gifts that he has to give, I suppose. That would be his wife. Maybe his wife, I don't know, has to go looking for a job. I don't know. This is so weird, you guys. Reading on all these dirt bags, keep drawing all these cards, and I'm not getting. Yeah, does he run away? I mean, what happens with this guy? Change, drugs, alcohol, create change in his home. This is him. So him and his wife. So maybe he tries to run away. Maybe he goes to rehab. I mean, these guys have to be on some kind of drugs to be that delusional, right? Wow. But anyway, yeah, and here's the rules and regulations coming down on him. It's called treason. Maybe he does get locked up. Maybe he does. I mean, you would think somebody would out of these. Maybe there's some new lockups coming through. His is the first one. Of course, I didn't use Kipper on one of them. I used the Lenormand. So I'll probably have to read on them again as it goes. I do remember getting that Jeffrey Clark would flip. No matter what I did, I couldn't get this card to come through, even though I kept trying. Like, this is the first one, but I don't remember what I used on Rudy, but for Mark Meadows, I know I used the Lenormand, so I might have to redo his later on. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Take good care. See you later. Bye.